Hi guys, today I'm bringing you the top 5 reasons why you should choose layer farming over broilers for those who are contemplating what to do, and why I personally, from my own personal experience, chose layers because I've never done broilers before. Why I decided to settle with layers. Number one reason is the resistance to diseases. Layers are more resistant to diseases compared to broilers. Layers are more immune to diseases compared to broilers. Because in a broiler house, you wake up one morning when one is weak, tomorrow morning you'll find 20 dead. The other morning 100, they die off quickly, they are very weak. Diseases make them very weak compared to layers. Because with these ones, you'll find 1 week, you treat them immediately, you act upon them immediately, then you won't experience as many deaths as the ones you get in broilers. Even if you try treating broilers, once they are infected, you'll get back some, but the mortality rate is very, very high compared to the mortality rate in layers. Another reason number 2, why you should go for layers instead of broilers is the longer period of earning them profits. The time you take while making money for layers is more compared to the time you earn from broilers. Because with one batch of layers, if you keep them properly, you treat them, you vaccinate them, you give them the right food, you can keep it for 2 years while they are just laying for you. That means you'll be earning from the same batch for a period of over 2 years. Whereas with broilers, one batch is out in just a month or 2. And then you have to repeat the whole process all over again each time. You have to repeat it all over again. But with layers, you'll be getting those fresh eggs on a daily for 2 years. Imagine this chicken giving us eggs on a daily, 2 years non-stop while it's laying. I think that doesn't apply with broilers, because with broilers, you take one batch out, you bring in another one. One batch out, you bring in another one. That means if you bring a bad batch or a poor breed of broilers, you'll have problems with them, and then you'll be suffering a lot in different batches. Each batch will have its own problem, but with layers, once you get a good one, you'll have a good run for 2 years non-stop, just getting eggs and money. Which drives us to the point number 3, more profits. With all that in mind you have to make more profits. Because you sell off your eggs for 2 years non-stop while you're collecting the eggs, so long as you take care of them properly. And then final, as you're concluding, you'll sell off the birds themselves as of layers. They'll take them for meat. That means you're making more money. Because with broilers, you're just looking at selling the birds only. But with layers, you'll take care of the birds and they'll give you nice eggs for 2 years non-stop. And then you'll sell them off as well for meat production. Isn't that great for layers? Something you don't get with broilers. Because broilers, you're only looking at the meat. But layers, you have this and this as well. You have both. You're hitting hitting 2 birds with 1 stone, which is a better thing. And then reason number 4 why I chose to do layers instead of broilers is managing. Layers are easy to manage compared to broilers. Layers can easily be managed. First of all, they don't require a lot. Since they are immune, they are resistant to diseases. Just give them food and water, they are good to go. They don't spoil the chicken house as much as broilers do. They don't get sick easily as much as broilers do. That means you'll be able to manage your farm even if you're there or not. Even if you put people to help you manage the farm like I do, they manage it well because they are not very, very vulnerable birds compared to broilers. Because with broilers, one look away, once you're back, you'll find dead birds. I've experienced that several times with broilers. That's why I decided to settle with layers. So they are easy to manage so long as you give them the food, the water, the nice house on time, everything. You do it when you're supposed to do it. Don't compromise on anything. You'll be good to go with layers. But with broilers, my friend, you have to be there 24/7. And then you have to repeat the process all over again. Every after 1 month, you sell off a batch, you're back in the brooder. You sell off another one, you're back in the brooder. And you all know the brooder is the hardest thing to manage. Managing a brooder is very hard. It's something you do once in a period of 2 years for one batch of these, but with broilers in a period of 2 years you'll be having to go through that process over 20 times, even more, depending on how long you keep your birds. And if I give you the final and the most important reason why you should go for layers instead of broilers, why I also chose layers instead of broilers, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like, comment. In case I've left anyone out, any reason out, you can share it with us in the comment section. Let's preach the message out there. You can tell, you can share it to your friends also, so that they watch this, for those who are contemplating on what to do. And for the final reason why I chose layers instead of broilers is the selling off of the product. The final product was with layers, we're mainly looking at eggs, but broilers you're looking at meat, whereas layers you're mainly looking at eggs. But with your eggs, the eggs can easily be sold off right now. There are Rolex booths everywhere. Here in Uganda, people have Rolex booths where they sell off these eggs. Families consume eggs on a daily, and in cases of poor, when the market is not good for eggs, for layers, you can keep them. These eggs can go in a dry place, a cool dry place. They are not cracked. So long as your eggs are good, you can keep them for a period of at least 6 months when they are still okay, so long as you keep them well. Whereas broilers, once it's time for you to sell them off and the market is terrible, you'll have no option but just sell them off at a lower price. Otherwise you'll be losing. But with layers, these eggs you just hang in there, and then when the market is good, you just sell off your product. That's why I chose layers. That was the main reason as why I chose layers. Because with broilers, there was a time market was very terrible, and then the more you keep them at the farm, you have to feed them more, and no one is willing to give you more money for your product. Everyone says you sell off eggs at this amount, at this price. You just have to, you sell off the chicken at this price. You just have to sell them off without compromise. And if you resist from selling them and keeping them longer, you're putting in more money, and then they're eating more of your capital, and then at the end of it all, you'll find yourself selling them at the price you should have sold them 2 weeks ago. Imagine feeding them for more 2 weeks, and then you're selling them at the same price you should have 2 weeks ago. But with layers, you just keep your eggs at the farm, so long as you have a nice dry place where to keep them. They are cool, they don't get in touch with water or rain. As long as the place is fine, not overheated, a cool dry place, you can keep your eggs properly, as the chicken give you more eggs as the market stabilizes. So selling off your product is way easy and better for layers than it is for broilers. Thank you.